good day to you, partner. I'm keen, and I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp.
Hey guys, we Solo here, aka the Skeleton King. Someone was complaining about gear not being shown, so here it is. The gear hasn't been changed, but I get it. You guys don't watch every one of my videos, although you should, because my videos are awesome. I put so much time into them. I think I honestly put more time than I should into them, which is not saying much, but honestly, considering I get nothing for them, I don't know. I'm probably just that egotistical that just the idea of someone listening to my voice right now is slightly turning me on. Don't think about that too much, okay? I promise. I'm just saying weird things, okay? I always say weird things. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Anyways, there's the gear. I am pretty happy with it. Again, I would like to switch to a Trang's chest. I honestly think it might just be better. I'm not 100% sure on that. Tyrael's Might does have a lot of other good stats, but just the fact that Trang's has that juicy poison res and then the static plus skills, it could actually work out. But when I manage to get a 3-socket or +1 or 10 at faster run walk, I'm sure we have someone stuff somewhere. I'll try it out at some point. And moving on beyond that, the swap isn't that big of a deal, but it is what it is. It takes pretty quick, and I can get into a map and do it. Right now I'm doing cows, and I hate cows. Again, cows are the worst designed enemy in the game, and, you know, why would they design such a dumb enemy? Well, it was based on a joke, and trust me, I am so appreciative that Blizzard North literally made a meme become reality in Diablo 2 based on Diablo 1. It is one of the coolest aspects of game lore ever, and that's one of the things that made Blizzard such a great company in the old days. And yeah, Diablo 3's Whimsydale, what was it called? It was pretty good. It wasn't the same. And trust me, I liked Whimsydale at first, or whatever it was called. But basically they did the same thing twice, except this time it really wasn't based on a meme. It was just taking the meme one step further. And, you know, it's hard, you know. Diablo 2 literally set the standard for ARPGs for, you know, decades, if not to this day, as some people think so. Anyways, they're really boring enemies. They have two qualities to them, though, that actually make me not like them as a necromancer. They have a lot of range, and they have a pretty high physical damage attack, which means aura stacking them can lead them to do chunky damage. They also have a small collision box, which means they group well, which is generally a very good thing when it comes to them surrounding your character and killing you in one attack. Not such a good thing. For instance, little story time about Wheat Solo and his career in Diablo 2, which spans decades now. My first character, of course, was a necromancer. Alright, I would not be the Skeleton King if it wasn't. But my first character specifically for Lord of Destruction Online, my first character was an assassin. Because I thought I designed the best character in the world based on my Prima guide. I don't know if it was a Prima guide, but I knew I had a guide, okay? And I was like, I'm going to make a character that can heal himself with one attack. And then also use Cobra Strike, which if I hadn't have used Cobra Strike, maybe it would have been slightly better. But it was a melee-focused assassin based on Life Leech, so I don't think it ever would have been good. And my first P8 cow game to show off my sick build, I, of course, would heal myself in one attack, and I attacked very fast. But it doesn't matter when you're surrounded by cows, and eventually they surrounded me to the point where they swung and I died, and I was like, oh, that could happen. That was a waste of time. And then I played Necromancer again, and everything was better. So, back to this video. Bloodmoon went pretty well. What was the problem with Bloodmoon? Anytime I was in the burnt down city, it wasn't fluid. But if you actually see in the other areas when I can run between the trees, I actually felt like this build played pretty well. Now, cows have a lot of health, especially for a T3 mob, and so I was like, Alright, this build is not designed to run T3. That was not my objective doing it, but there is a way to make this build do T3 a little easier. And that is to put more points in the Fire Golem, take points out of Blow Resist and Curse Mastery, and put a Pus Spitter on Act 1. And yes, that is going to be coming soon. Do I think that build will work 100%? I'm not sure. She actually does get a lot of attacks off even when I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And I will literally have Fire Golems doing like 12k damage instead of my Fire Golems right now doing about 10k damage. That's considering the fact I'm going to be losing the Zenith Aura. So I'm going to do more damage and my lower resist will still be nearly as strong. We'll see how that goes. Besides that, I did Canyon of Sescheron. Not a good idea. The Crepify literally is the hard counter to this build. When I went into the map, I thought to myself, it can't be bad. Casting's not that important. I'm just going to... sure, I cast a little slower, but it's okay. I'll only cast lower resist, bone armor, and cyclone armor. I didn't even think about the fact that the Crepify also lowers your movement speed. And I felt really stupid and I died. And it was the first time I died playing this build in a while. And I don't think I had to die, but I didn't want to save an exit, and I was trying to make it work. And it was working as long as I wasn't decrept. And then I get decrept, and then it just would fall apart. And there was also minus FHR on the map. I really need to get more FHR for this build, because... I get procced way too often. I don't even know how, because like I'll have both up, and I'm like, not every single minion has magic damage. Like, what is this crap? Anyways, then I went to Ashen Plains, and in Ashen Plains, I learned another valuable lesson. Bale farming sucks, because those burning souls are stronger than T3 burning souls. It is like a fact now, because I got hit by double aura stacked burning souls, and my cyclone armor got chunked, but I didn't almost die. I go to a Bale room, there's a Might Aura burning soul pack, and literally, I almost ripped. Everything went down, almost 0 health, spam pot, finger roll, piano keyboard to stay alive. Don't farm Bale, okay? Only farm Bale if you're a Sork. It's such a waste of time, and burning souls are so dangerous. I also had to change the gear of my Merc. I said I was going to get rid of the plus skill gear because it doesn't really increase vigor that much. And I gave her the Juicy Shaft Stop and a Dungos, and then she stopped dying. And she shouldn't have died anyways, because honestly the map mobs aren't that dangerous. And by the way, Ashen Plains is a beautiful map for this build. But the problem was there was 37% crushing blow on the map, and so basically the flares would boo boo boo, and then she's dead. So anyways, we're going to do Jungle sub 5. I'm going to do Spit and Pus Act 1. And I'm going to do an Ashen Plains and blow your minds. Skelly King out. GG.